So the last joint I did, right, was a joint on evil. And I wanted to make it a multiple part like video, only because being able to see evil and identify it is going to be able to help people out in their progression in life. Like the natural process of the person, of any type of growth, whatever, however you want to look at it, is also going through the trials and tribulations. And evil is one of those things that help you. It helps refine you. The shaitan is an open foe. He should be treated as such. Every time you see him, there's two things you should do. Either go the other way or put him in his place. So, and you know, the prophets, they had prayers and things like that to put the devil in his place. I mean, there's stories about exorcisms and stuff like that from the prophets. But there's a reason why you have to put him in his place and you have to use exorcism, stuff like that. Because people are taken over by evil, right? The devil literally uses their body as a vessel. So people are literally influenced and taken over by the devil, by the shaitan. And what's crazy about our society nowadays is that people cool with that. Like any Muslim will understand that Umar radiallahu anhu was like a friend of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a Sahaba, what we call Sahaba. He was a friend, and he was so vicious of a fighter that the shaitan would cross the street when he seen him. That's what you want. You want the shaitan across the street when he see you. Because the last thing you want to do is to be taken over by the shaitan. And you have these people who are readily available to let the shaitan into their body so that they can do some type of harm or inflict some type of evil on this earth. And I look at it and I laugh. I laugh at people who do that. They don't know what they're opening themselves into. You open yourself up to all types of corny stuff. You know what I'm saying? Which is just, to me, is not how you would live your life if you believe in God. So that's one. Then everybody's walking around here talking about they thorough, all that stuff, right? And see, one of the things I do is I read the energy off of people. I can literally see they light. And some people light is bright. Some people light is real bright. Some people light, I'm looking at it and it's beautiful to me. It's so bright, I damn near can't see it. Like I'll have to cover my eyes. Like standing in a bright room when you just came out of the darkness. And some people light, it's like a shadow. It's like looking into their face, you can't even see their actual features on their face, their actual features on their body, because it's so dark. You ever see somebody that you know had a rough life? You look at them and they're 20 years old, but they look like they're 50. There's not a person on this joint that's going to even know, not a person that's going to see this, that's going to know my age. Because of the lightness, the brightness, my soul is just a different color. It shines bright. And that was something I aspired to. That was something I aspired to get. I inspired to get that. I wanted that. I wanted that because as a Muslim, I believe in God, the last day, things like that. So you want to be a person to, to see God at the end. And when I tell you I've been blessed, it's an understatement. So when I see the evil, I sit there and I don't just be like, oh, it's evil and let me run. No, I sit with the evil. I sit with the evil because there's two things that happens when you sit with the evil. One, you become more gangster. Like, you sit with the evil, you become a little bit tougher. You like, okay, let's see what this evil can do to me. The second thing you do is, when you sit with this evil, is you get a chance to try to get the evil to not be so evil. Meaning, like, for example, we have all types of misery on this earth right now. People are completely miserable. They hate people so much, like, it's so bad. Like, when I can literally see the colors are so bad, right? And anybody that is sensitive to these type of energies, they'll tell you, like, yo, I can see it too, right? So people are so, like, miserable nowadays that they'll do anything. So they're like, trying to, involve other people into more misery. They like this type of stuff. We see a lot of it in the social media stuff and all that type of stuff, like all the negativity. I always thought that in life you want to be happy, but I guess not. And if they see somebody smiling or somebody happy, it's like you're an alien. It's like, and it's not just you just an alien, but it's, what can I do to make this person not happy? What can I do to mess this person's day up? I gotta do something. And that's why you sit with the evil, because there's a reason why Shaitan fell from the light. There's a reason why. And you can't kill your way out of this one. And when I was young, I used to want to do that. I would want to mess the devil up. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to hurt the devil, right? Because the devil did so much hurt to me, so I wanted to hurt him. And what I found when you hurt the devil is he just comes back just as strong too. So eventually it leads you down like a path of destruction, right? And the path of destruction has all types of collateral damage to it. So you have to be very mindful when you're making those type of decisions, because it also hurts other people. The devil is a strong foe. He is a strong foe. He has plenty of jinn to go with him. He's an open foe. He's very strong. Plenty of jinn. And when he's just at his strongest, the lowest part of the night, like right now, is 4 a.m. I'm gonna pray soon. The lowest part of the night right here, the 3/5 of the night, is when Allah descends to the lowest part of the earth, so you can offer dua. You offer supplication. And I'm up every day at this time, whether if I didn't sleep the night before or whatever. And one of the things about this night and being up at this time is, or even going to the mass at this time, or even going to church at this time, it doesn't matter where you're going to. If it's positive, when you're doing it at this time, there's not a person that's not going to tell you how still and peaceful this type of time is. It don't matter what type of person you are either, because I was in the streets at this time and it used to be the same way. It's a very still and peaceful time, especially when it's positive. And you can start to see at that moment, as you're getting progressing in life, you can start to see a lot of the things that gives you a reason why it's nice and peaceful at this time, because the Lord descends to the lowest part of the earth at this time. And this is where you get as much peace and as much learning how you start your day off. This is where your clarity comes in at, right? And this is also where you get your sight at, how you can see a lot of the evil. This is one of the best moments that you can do for studying this time. Now, as you're moving on in life, you get a chance to recognize evil in its forms. There's no amount of hiding people can do. There's going to be a day that you're going to look at the world and you're going to see it, and almost like lifting up the veil, and you're going to be like, wow, look at this. You might have been played your whole life, because I was played my whole life. My whole life I was set up many, many different times. And I have a whole little thing that I'm doing that I'm going to break down each one. And when I break down each one, there's going to be some that were not on purpose. There's going to be some that there was misunderstandings. And I know that it was. I know that it wasn't on purpose, even though they did what they did. And there's going to be some that was completely on purpose from the beginning, and always had a bad and negativity, a negative, evil disposition to it. That person. And what I said about evil and recognizing the evil is you have to be able to recognize that. And there's going to be a day you're going to wake up and you're going to start recognizing it to a point where you can't be caught off guard no more. Almost like you're looking right at the whole play of life, the whole stage. And that's what recognizing evil did for me. And I hope that it does it for anybody else too, because evil needs to be eradicated. So you have people on this earth that are so rotten to the core, that are so jealous and envious and rotten to the core, they'll do anything to knock off the next person, right? So it will be for money. They'll sell out very easily. It will be for jealousy. It'll be for envy. It'll be for anything, right? And what they'll do is they'll make any excuse to do it. So there you go. There goes your first one. They'll make any excuse to do it. Almost like a psyop, like a triple cross or double spy type of joint. Like they'll throw something out there. Boom. Here comes the evil. And they'll try to isolate you, right? And when you become like a lion, like me, you'll get a chance to start to see what happens when isolation makes you stronger. But then a lot of the believers, a lot of the mu'minun, anybody that is mostly successful, he doesn't have a lot of friends. He doesn't have a lot of friends or conciliaries or stuff like that. No people that he's going to confide in and things like that. They're not going to have that many. There's a reason to it too. And you're going to meet a lot of people in your life, and I know I'm this to a lot of people, that they are the most honest and genuine people that you ever going to meet, and that's going to be their fault. They're going to be so honest, so good to people that's going to be their fault. And there's so many people I can name right now, but I'm not even going to put the name out there because the person's going to, in their head, they're going to be like, yeah, you're right. And their downfall, even if it's a public downfall, the downfall is because of how good that person is. He's going to always be that fall guy. If you look at the prophets, they were fall guys because of their goodness. That's why I don't listen to people. Because there's a reason why people come and volunteer a lot of stuff. And that's why I don't listen to people. Because people have, the majority, you're going to find on this earth that the majority of people on this joint is miserable, and they want to create a miserable team. Come with the miserable team over here. We the winning team. Whole time they miserable. And then you want to have the people that are not miserable, but they don't want to be around nobody because they know how this world is. And that's very sad. And what has it done for us? Look at our society now. Look at our society. Look at our society. We're not just talking about minorities. We're not just talking about America. Let's look at every society on this planet. Look where we at right now. Natural disaster chaos, economic chaos, World War III on the brink. Who's winning? I mean, for the economic chaos, the people who's winning are people who are rich. For the natural disaster chaos, the people who's winning are the people who are not in a volatile weather system area. But the World War III one is going to be the best one. Because once that starts, then the only person that's going to win is nobody. So look where we at. We have allowed evil on this earth to get us to a point where our world is about to be destroyed. Our world is about to be destroyed. So the question you have to ask yourself, people watching this, is why are we allowing this to happen? So what happened, what I did was, the first thing I did was correct myself. That was the first thing I did. I said, you know what? Unless somebody does something to me, I'm not going to do nothing to them. And then you're going to have to do something to me that's so profound, so much of a violation that I'll deal with it accordingly. That's something I did, and I did that about 20 years ago, something like that. And what happens is you refine your first steps of yourself to a point where you get to a point where you're like, I'm gonna let Allah deal with the stuff at the end, unless you come literally right in my face, and then I'm gonna handle you accordingly. Because Allah is the best of all planners. And believe me when I tell you, He's gonna handle those people accordingly. And when I did that, when I made that transition, I made sure that I told myself that if it was something that could have been a misunderstanding, I'll forgive them. I won't forget, but I'll forgive them. If it's something that they did out of pure evilness, I'm never going to forgive that stuff. And I'm not going to. And when I get the chance, I'm going to make sure that Allah does as much as they can to him, or to them, to her, whoever. Now, that's just me. That's how I handle my stuff. But I want people to recognize the evil, because you want to defend yourself from this type of behavior. Because we're losing because of the evil. We are losing because of the evil. For too long that we have allowed this evil to come and rip us all away from each other. Destroy families, destroy friendships, all because you want to be evil. All because you want to be evil, yo. Now, I believe that this world can be saved. If I didn't, I would have already been contributing to the evil. I'd have been contributing to the evil to the point where I'm on everything. But I believe that the world could be saved. I believe it. I believe it wholeheartedly. Then there's many ways that I believe it. I ain't going to get into this, John. I'm going to end it with that. I believe that the world could be saved. But the only way the world can be saved is by, one, recognizing the evil. So people have to take a look. It's called introspection. It's the first thing you do. You look at yourself. And if you don't have that type of evil in yourself, look at it from somebody else. Because I never had jealousy and hatred and envy and stuff like that inside me. So what happened was, it took me so long to see that. I just couldn't fathom that, because I couldn't fathom why a person would just hate somebody for no reason. Like, oh my God, you don't even know that person. How could you do that? So I never felt it. So I didn't know what that was. I had to get inflicted with a lot of nastiness for so long that I'm like, oh, okay, that's what it is. And then, I protected myself accordingly. And so that's how you deal with the evil. So you recognize it in yourself. And if not, then you recognize it from somebody else. And then you make a commitment with Allah God, whoever, whatever name you want to call this, with God, that you are going to be on something else. Because that's the first step. I'm not going to contribute to this nonsense. Even if it was you that was doing it, said, this is it, I'm not doing it no more. See, because that's how you correct yourself. Because if we don't do this, and this is real rap, if we don't do this, the world's going to end straight like that. And I know there's going to be people like, oh man, F this world, I don't care. I mean, yeah, all right, that's cool. But the people that do, the people that care about their family, their kids, stuff like that, their wife, whatever, then boom, that's how you do it. And then you preach it out to other people and you correct it. You stop it with your hands. You ain't conspiring with other people to do more evil. You stop it with your hands. Like, oh, wait, no, I'm not doing that. Because at one point, people used to do that. There was people that used to do that. There was people that was like, that was strong enough to do that. You know what I'm saying? There was people that were strong enough to do that. I've done that. In the most evilest environments, I've done that. I have stopped things from happening in the most evilest environments. I have done that. So to think, and I didn't even belong in that environment. So imagine the type of toughness that you need. So I don't understand why people who say they so gangster, why are they contributing to doing so much nut stuff? So if you so gangster, why are you not doing the hard work? Oh no, we know why. We know why. At least I do. And the gangsters do know. They can understand why. And we losing. Just so you know, we're losing. We've already been infiltrated. I'll do a thing on that for our society. We've been infiltrated. Simple as that. We're under war. We're at war. We're at war, period. We're at war. It's open war right now. If you don't think that it's open war, you don't know nothing about war. We've been at war for at least 20 years now. And I'm not talking about Afghanistan and Iraq, y'all. We are at war. So whoever's American looking at this, we're at war. And we've been infiltrated. We're also going to be infiltrated through our economic policy is breaking down. And what happens when people when their money starts to get messed up, you'll start to see more acting out. And they'll find a person to target. Like, oh, I'm upset. This is what I meant about the evil part. That's why I said people need to check it right now. Because you're going to target the wrong person. And anybody that's ever lost a friend and stuff like that and wanted to get revenge, you understand what I mean. You're going to target the wrong people. And you're going to blame that whatever group or person and all that. You're going to do all that, think it's dumb, and come to find out it'd be somebody else. And God forbid you didn't do it already. This is the type of behavior of crash outs. This is crash dummy stuff that's happening. And that's the evil. That's what the evil will do for you. That's the evil. And when I tell you I have never seen anything true that the evil has done. I have not seen anything true that the evil has done myself. I have not. And I bet you there's going to be people that's going to see this, going to say the same thing. They're going to say all the rumors that you hear, all that stuff, that stuff don't be true. It's the evil. It's called propaganda, fog of war, blowing a bag of wind, things like that. It's complete insanity, and this is the evil. Those are your steps. Recognizing it first, though. Changing within yourself, and then you spread the word and show them how you did it. I'm going.